alone in the bottom lane, which is gonna give free farm to Pangolier. Not what you want to have. This is a bit of a better matchup for Pango in the side lane because he's playing into relatively weak position 5. Lina doesn't have any kind of ways of setting things up for the stun, and as soon as Pango gets to level 3, 2 points in shield crash is gonna do the trick. And I like that our observers are pointing out that Axe is just bringing the armor. Doesn't need any stats, sitting at 60 damage at the moment.
How much did that give him percent values? 8%. Fly forced back with the chicken fingers. So this is chicken fingers and not Giga Ward. And I really like the massive serpent ward. I thought it might have been good in a situation like this. Fly again in trouble, but the call now, top lane Pelosin. You will be a-okay.
We don't have Ringmaster, but we do have Ringmaster at home with this Axe build. What is this? What actually is this? He's sitting at 12 CS, so they're not winning the lane. They could have pulled the lane, which would kind of do the same thing. Something that they did have on Xtreme Gaming 2 games in a row. You're playing against Nagasar, and she can't really stop you from pulling the lane.
I'm not certain.
Maybe they're punishing Boboka,
exactly.
because Boboka needs to buy all the region for his Axe. So you had a lot of farm, now you need to play the support actually in this game. So do your job and feed me tangos.
But isn't the point of having all this extra armor to take less damage to not need this regen?
It's good for jungling as well. I'm wondering when he's going to go to jungle, because he doesn't take the damage from the creeps. Sitting at, where's he at right now? 15 armor, which is 50% physical resistance. Plus having the damage block.
We'll see how it goes for Old 11. I'm confident something will work out here with all this armor. Shadow Realm Strike on Ame, not doing too much. Sarner's going to have this level 6 as well, and then he'll just be minusing that armor. The Corrosive Haze level 1 armor reduction to 10 will be quite noticeable.
We did say that this lineup is all about physical damage. Drow Ranger, piercing through the base armor. Then you have Slaughter with Corrosive Haze. Pango with Lucky Shot, level 10 talent. So that's minus 11, minus 13 armor, actually. He's prepping. I'm just wondering what the... you have no stats. You have no mana whatsoever, but eventually you're gonna need to get rid of those items.
Yeah, it's not... They're just slot fillers at the moment. I guess you could make a buckler with one of them. But he's going Blade Mail. Look over it. Emo in trouble. Corrosive Haze was on him, but now XM, he's the one who's on the run. It's in this water, though. They've got the shackle. It's on to Emo. Pelosi moving forward. Blood Grenade. Ether Shotgun of 3. Some decent damage. Ollie hit with the chicken fingers.
XM's coming back.
They've got this Aether in it, but XM, he's got Corrosive Haze and good Bramble Maze. Locks him up. But there's the net. And the Slithering Crush, the damage there. XM gets the kill on the Emo. Now looking over at Boboka. Do they have the damage? But the double Slithering Crush. Uh-oh. XM a little bit afraid of coming through under the tower, but they'll get the Boboka, they'll get Ollie, and everybody gets a kill. XM gets first blood, Pelosin gets second, Jinkyu gets third, everybody fed and no longer famished.
He was kind of lucky to find that rune in the bottom lane, had a healing salve, so he regened up more, moving down the river, and had that extra movement speed. Level 1 in sprint is more than enough, and already 3-0 for Xtreme Gaming. All eyes on Axe.
Yeah, what can he get done? Because he's going Blade Mail first. Going Blade Mail first, and what does he have flying out first for the Blade Mail?
Of course, Chainmail.
Yeah.
He's cosplaying Clockwork with the chainmail.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 11, even with all that armor, still down pretty low.
Breaking some ankles. Nice juke. Ring around the rosy with all those rings. About to crack level 6. We'll bring a healing cell. There's some good stacks in the triangle.
He needs to make sure he takes those. They just spotted them with the illusions from Polosin.
They know. They saw that observer ward being placed down.
Emo again.
Astro playing a dangerous game.
He doesn't have another step. He stepped forward for the regen rune, and now Ollie's dead XM.
XM solo destroying. This is his specialty hero, and Emo definitely didn't have to go for that play. They could have easily ran away.
Polosin stealing some of these creeps. Corrosive Haze and Old 11, you love your armor, but you may be losing some of it if he comes over and uses that Corrosive Haze on you. No bottom lane, but this is feeling grim for Yakult.
Who's going to be the playmaker? It needs to be Evo, who already died twice.
Yeah, dissimulate, but they just don't have the damage. I mean, the shield crash did him well, and yeah, he's too tanky for them. They've got the Shadow Shaman coming through. He's got Shackles ready if need be. Sprout again, but they're going to ping out Ollie. They'll get the chicken fingers, which means they will conceal up this Nature's Prophet. And XM's even down here. He is searching. What does the side of Yakult have going for them? The net lands, the reel in is there. Is the armor enough to have you survive? No, it's not. Old 11 dead. All the armor in the world, and you really can't stand up to Drow anyway.
They're falling apart. Not a single kill in this game. Maybe they're gonna be able to get one here. Q.
They got one.
Will die.
They're on the board. Terrorize.
Get another one.
XM would be a lot of gold. Bobica's got another. Emo.
He's getting healed.
Emo. Ooh, the Sprout, the heal. A little bit of a save. The Soothing Saplings. Keeps Emo alive. Oh, God. Is he going to go for another rune that ends up causing him to die? Haste picked by Polosin. And he's going to Astral Step. He does get the kill. And Bobica, all of a sudden, he's got 3 there. He got the double kill and that third. He's got all 3 kills for his team. And he's on a killing spree. Bobica, it's back to being a core for you.
Bobica had good amount of XP because he was stacking for Axe, who cleared those stacks, considering that they were losing the lanes. And he managed to get level 6 off of that. And then get Bedlam, get Terrorize on top of them. But also nicely done near the rune. Bramble Maze into Remnant, pulled into another Bramble Maze.
Vanguard for the Pangolier. Ollie's in here with Emo again showing up. They need to really start cutting into this 3,000 net worth deficit. Haven't seen much
doing an okay job.
Yeah.
Considering everything that has happened in the game, he had no rotations whatsoever to come to his lane. He's doing okay. Did lose the tower, but also this build on Pango that you mentioned, going for Vanguard, going for Blade Mail, wants to be as tanky as possible. Q has Serpent Wards ready.
He's going for Blade Mail. He's got the chip vest too. Can't really step up to the Serpent Wards because of the Corrosive Haze. They have Ollie to take it from a distance. And then there it is. There's the Hex. Terrorize, though. Lands onto 2. The Rolling Thunder from behind them. Dissimulate, getting some distance. I think Nature doing some decent damage on the Jin-Q, but I don't know if that's going to matter. Swashbuckle Ollie alive with 15 health. Bash, Slither, and Crush. LSA lands on 2. They've got the Laguna Blade to Dissimulate on XM. Jin-Q is looking for something, but the Astral Step from Emo. And now one more right click does pull off the kill onto Jin-Q. Meanwhile, Ame got a solo kill on Old 11 while off screen. They use the song. They'll try to chase. They got Fly, though, killing off the Lina that was trying to at least pull back into the game. And that ends up being a 2 for 2 because of the kill onto the Axe top.
Not too bad of a trade, considering everything that did happen in the lanes. And XM is getting controlled. He's definitely getting controlled by these Bramble Mazes, by Sprout, so he's stuck. Then he gets terrorized. We'll definitely need second item BKB. Getting very close to his Blink Dagger. But as you said, they also managed to get a kill in the top lane. Ame having the time of his life on Drow Ranger. We've seen it time and time again where he's playing Drow. He has a complete free farm. Then the rest of the team is playing the game. And the other team is like, we got to kill Ame. And they do so a couple of times. But I think in this one, he's going to have a much easier game compared to the previous games that we've seen him on Drow Ranger.
They're trying to almost bait them in, looking for these stacks. But it kind of feels like they might be baiting themselves a little bit. If they get dragged in too far or too content with the positioning, they could find themselves in a spot where they just jump in with XM. Maybe even a Rolling Thunder. Boca has Blink Dagger, Bedlam. Not a great spot. Now he's just in no man's land, and he is going to be hexed, hit with the chicken fingers, shackled, controlled. He's dead. And tries to commit. XM, he gets the kill on a fly fight. He ate that Laguna Blade. Wrath of Nature flies through, but doesn't do much. They've got the Sprout and the Battle Hunger onto XM, but they just aren't getting anything. And Ame, he actually even elected to go bottom while all this is going on, to farm while they're now trying to take this stack with the Serpent Wards that they placed down. Everything is going Xtreme's way.
Everything except that they just got experience. So that's something. A little victory that they should celebrate because the fights are not going in their favor. Look at the win probability, 77%. They know that this type of a lineup with all this minus armor is definitely going to punish you. Slaughter, level 1 ulti, that's minus 10. Getting closer to level 12, which is going to be minus 15. Then you're going to start seeing Pangolier getting more points into Lucky Shot. Pick up that level 10 talent.
Again, the solo Bedlam just not enough. Bobica trying to make too much happen. Really trying to be a hero here, and Slardar has that Blink Dagger. Looks over for nice dodge and gets the kill on this Alina. Oh, the dodge, the damage, the kill, and he looks for more. He's got Blink Dagger in 2, so if you stay too close, you're probably going to die.
Croakers griefing as per usual.
Emo might be the target.
His illusions.
Blink, Slithering Crush. Corrosive Haze on him, but doesn't need to commit to that. Another Bedlam and another potential kill here for Bobica, but at the end of the day, he is going to be spotted. Rolling Thunder coming through. They hit the Aether Remnant. XM's controlled for a moment. The song, oh, the Culling Blade. Emo, he gets the kill on XM.
Ame's coming. Maybe they were thinking about taking the fight. Hold the high ground.
Thinking on the high ground, but they don't have Shadow Shaman. They don't have this Slardar. Old 11, he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so they are just chasing on foot, but they've got the Battle Hunger on XXS, who comes in with the Shield Crash. There's the call. Multi-shot. Blink in again. Bedlam solo target looking for Ame. They get the kill on the Drow Ranger. Now the Curse Crown's going to pop on XXS, but it's too late to save Bobica. Closing in a little bit deep, and he'll pay for it with his life. Fly getting the kill there, and Yakult fighting back.
Overextending, that's for sure. Xtreme Gaming thinking about taking the fight without Slardar. Slardar is the key guy for them to be able to get the initiation. In the end, he does pick up Shard of his own, so we'll have that extra minus armor immediately for 5 seconds, so you don't have to use Corrosive Haze. Might get an extra hit in between. Bobica's doing a lot of work. Bobica's been involved in 7 out of 9 kills. Probably has the highest damage output on his team.
He's trying really hard to have these solo Bedlam targets and get that damage out to help his team find a way to come back, and he is top of the damage almost in the game.
I'm in the blast of a game. Blink Dagger blinks on top of the target, but he also did kill himself on that Blade Mail from Pangolier. XXS going for a bit of a different item build. I think Xtreme Gaming is the better team when playing from behind when they're staying ahead. It feels like something's getting into their heads where they can't keep getting that advantage. They're a very good comeback team.
Interesting move by Bobica. He just threw a Terrorize into the pit and jumped, blinked in, and look to, I guess, hope that somebody was in there.
This is when you say, nice try, nice try. And keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Old 11 now has that blink dagger. Hold on, let me take a look. He's thought he got rid of a ring for a second, but he has only 3 rings now. All he really needs is 1 ring to rule them all anyway. Ollie gonna die into Jin-Q there, down in the bottom lane with the Serpent Wards under the tier 2 tower. Anybody gonna defend on this? The Glyph. XM, blink call short. Just a bit short of getting that call on XM.
Not the easiest target to kill anyway. He had a bit of that shield rune left still, sitting at 2000 HP. What a difficult one to get. And they need to start thinking about getting some objectives on the map. Going for Tormentor, going for Roche. Basically, you can solo Roche. By solo, I mean Slaughter and Shadow Shaman can pair up together and kill the Roshan.
Serpent Wars, Corrosive Haze. Mjolnir almost finished for Fly. But you see the net worth differences on the cores, and they are about a half item ahead on each hero. XM wants the BKB early on. Crimson Guard, Blade Mail, XXS is going to be pretty tanky. And I believe Drow has that full Ags flying out.
This is also not just Ags. We saw him rushing the Aghanim Scepter with Falcon Blade, but he does have Dragonlance in between.
Yeah, this time allowed to get a little bit more farm. Usually he gets controlled in lane, dies 3 or 4 times early on, but he is in pretty open space for the moment.
Bobuka did place Observer Ward near the Tormentor, but he's getting scouted. Oh, he got scouted immediately by Naga Siren.
Song used on this Shadow Realm. They're going to get this kill, and then they have the opportunity to just get themselves a Tormentor as well with the Corrosive Haze. They're going to need more heroes here than just, I believe, the 2. I say that, but yeah, now they've got a third
here.
Yeah. And they've got this.
And I love the build on Shaman. Shadow Shaman going for Glimmer Cape as his first item after picking up Arcane Boot. So not going for anything greedy, seeing that they have a mid laner who can initiate. And also, Glimmer Cape can be really, really good against everything that they have. A little bit of protection of their own. Great against Lina. Most of the damage that they do have is magical anyway.
Now smoke on the side of Yakult. They need to get a kill here. They need to find something. They're down 8,000 net worth. It is really spiraling out of control. XXS is going to break the smoke. The Astral Step going forward, but XXS, he's got the Rolling Thunder, and now that means there's no blink, there's no call, but Ame might still die. They've got the Sprout. They should be able to get the kill with a 3-man Slither Crush. They still get Ame, but Bobuka and Ollie are dead. Emo's going to follow suit. He'll fall. 3 done.
We've seen this so many times. So many times Ame dies and the rest of the team is ready to clean it up. Every single game he plays Ra Ranger, it's the same thing happening. Nicely done as well from Old 11. He uses Berserker's Call and then TP's out. Didn't give him enough time to react on Shadow Shaman. But this game looks pretty rough for Yakult brothers. Lina will need to do quite a lot of damage in the next couple of fights. Every single game, Ame getting focused down pretty heavily.
Serpent Ward's even committed here. Old 11 gets away, though, by the skin of his teeth. And Fly, he's trying to find the farm to make something happen. I mean, they're going towards Roche, but this is too late. They had the smoke. They had a chance, but they just are too slow to react. Now you've got an Aegis on Ame, so plan kill Ame doesn't really work. But does that make Xtreme weaker?
I don't think so. This game is very difficult to throw. Considering what they have, all these tankiness, 2 really beefy position 2 and position 3. Blink Dagger on Pango now, so you can follow Slaughter up in some of these fights. A lot of minus armor. This is minus 13 coming out from Lucky Shot. Slaughter level 2 ulti, minus 15. That's minus 28 armor. Let's see if anyone has... We should check Axe first. He's sitting at 31 at the moment, so he's the only one who's going to be in plus.
Those rings. They have found themselves another kill onto Emo. Emo's been in this position before, though, on the brink of a defeat in a series of BO5 on a Void Spirit. That being said, he just does not have a lot of gold. It is not easy for him to defend here.
You can only do that once in your career. I don't think he's going to be able to replicate anything similar. Every single rune is controlled by Xtreme Gaming. Another arcane rune for Slaughter.
They lost the tier 1 top, but the tier 2 bottom is the trade. And the Serpent Ward's placed over mid, trying to get 2 towers out of this with no reaction. They're going to send these heroes over. They have an Observer Ward watching Fly. They know exactly where he is. Oh, XM. Use that Slithering Crush. Now he's going to blink. And now he's got another Crush. And Fly bashed up. Killed, gone, no way to get out of this one. Jinkyu also looking for a potential target in this Nature's Prophet, but won't be able to find him. Fly again dying, now for the 4th time.
That's the power of Slaughter. He can pretty much punish anything. Arcane Rune, doesn't care too much about his cooldowns. We'll have another BKB in 40 seconds. And getting closer to the Aghanim Scepter. We'll have that status resistance on top of that, fighting inside. Any kind of water will give him again 40 status assist. Emo.
Song.
2 astral steps.
And
doesn't matter.
He's netted up. He is going to dissimulate. Step. He's alive. Pelosin even tipping, thinking that they had killed Emo, but he ends up surviving, not looking like it's going to matter. Old 11 dead. Ollie gone. Ame getting a double kill, and he's on a killing spree.
They let Emo live. XXS could have easily killed him, but he did go for the different target. He wanted to kill Dark Willow. And now, with this Aegis, less than 2 minutes on it, they're ready to go for the high ground. Slaughter is super tanky, has Big Lotus, and has BKB.
How do you defend against this? Just 2 heroes up. Emo doesn't have a lot of farm. He doesn't have an Ags. He just does Manta style. That's the only item he's got at the moment.
They have no damage. It needs to be Axe, Lina ulti, try to kill off the hero, get on top of Dark Willow with Bedlam, and then get a good Terrorize, try to reset the fight. But other than that, these fights are almost impossible to get. Plus, again, you are fighting into Naga Siren, so she can reset when you come in with the Blink Dagger on Axe. And so far, this triple or quadruple Ring of Protection on Axe hasn't been working out. Maybe he knew. Maybe this is the big brain play from Old 11, saying that he's not going to get any Coat of Blood charges, so he will get any extra armor that he can.
Yeah, it's been a game from behind for sure. No coat of arms. It's been tough for Axe. He's trying to get a BKB. He's got a long way to go.
Not close to it. A recipe away. In this type of a game, you need to get a good fight and then farm for another minute or 2 while they're dead to be able to get it. Aegis. He's gonna run out, but this is the last tier 2 tower.
On a 4-2 and 4. Yakult trying to game plan a comeback, a high ground defense of the Aegis. A blink, Slithering Crush. Ollie caught for just a second. Not committing to it though. There's the Aegis expiring. Bramble Maze connects on Ame, but they just don't have anything to follow it up. Mule's Curse Crown, that's still going to go off. The Rolling Thunder was used, and Bobica is going to die here to XXS. They've taken the tier 3 tower. The Rolling Thunder continues, and it hits on a Fly as well as Emo. But XXS, he's here with some help. XM's in. Blink Call, that's going to land from Old 11, but they've got this XM Sword with a BKB, and they just don't have the damage. Wrath of Nature, another Slithering Crush. XM on the run.
Big Lotus.
And he's back to about full health.
XXS, he's so ready immediately. When they jump in with Dark Willow, Yule Scepter, and Curse Crown immediately finds him.
Following the Assimilate.
He's just gone.
Dead. XM's got too much damage. Old 11, you can buy as many rings as you want, but they just rip through all your armor. They're going to buy back XXS low, but the song comes through, and XXS is going to be able to live. They'll start to retreat. I'm not sure how far back they even need to go. They have that shard on this Naga Siren. Blink, Slither, and Crush on a 2. Emo's dead again. They look over at Old 11. They've got a godlike spree on XXS. They call GG, and Xtreme Gaming, with a clean 3-0, have booked their ticket to the International.
Oh, what a performance in the Grand Finals. They managed to drop only one game so far in the qualifiers. The boys are pretty happy, and so should Zhao 8 be happy about, because his drafting